Hey there, Jay. Thank you
Hey,
so much for taking a moment tonight to be able to jump on. And after we're all dealing with all of this crazy, even just giving us just a couple of minutes of your time to be able to go over these things for us, I really,
absolutely.
really appreciate
Absolutely. Sorry for the way I'm dressed. I'm not really prepared, but you know what?
it.
I know it's important to be informed and inform everybody. So you know what? It's not my best I'm looking, but hey, it is what it is. So,
We're not judging. All we care about is the information you're giving us, okay?
all
So I've
right.
already prepared everybody before we jumped onto the Zoom. I let them know that we are here to get 4 tips or to know things we need to know from our local insurance guy, Jay Morrow. So please go ahead and take it away, Jay.
All right. Wonderful. Hey, everyone. Yeah, my name is Jay Morrow, as Lauren actually has mentioned, and I'm the local insurance agent at Better Homes and Garden. I'm part of Gibraltar Insurance Services. We're an independent agency. But I really wanted to mention that being that the governor has declared the state of emergency for Texas, that hopefully this will help people to come forward and file their claims. Sometimes people are real leery on filing a claim because they're worried about, God forbid, when my insurance rates go up, I don't want to file a claim. No, do so. When it's a state of emergency in this situation, those claims will not affect your future premiums. So hopefully, your clients or friends will, be encouraged more to file those claims.
Right.
Um, During this process, something to think about if you are experiencing a bursted pipe, which unfortunately I experienced it. That's why I'm dressed the way I'm dressed. Um, is take photos. Take photos, lots of videos of all the damage that you see. And then that damage that you do, if you cut out sheetrock or you're rolling up a carpet or flooring, wherever the case is, do not throw it away because the adjuster, when you file a claim, is going to want to see that. Even though you have video and photos to show it, they got to physically see it. Just like people that experience flood victims at FEMA, they had to do the same thing. So do not get rid of that stuff. Obviously, once the adjusters come out and seen the damage, you can go ahead and haul away and get rid of it. That's very important. Also, when it comes to this damage, for an insurance purposes, pipes itself is not going to be covered, on a homeowner's insurance. It's not going to be covered. Only the secondary damage, and that's very important. So most people think, well, if I have a pipe leak, they're going to cover the plumbing, they're going to cover everything involved with that, and then the sheetrock or whatever is damaged. No, it's only going to be the secondary damage. So the pipe itself would be on, your client or myself's dollar. The
Okay.
insurance company would not be responsible for that.
And that's an interesting note because that's something that I absolutely was not aware of. So, and thank you very much for that. And actually, I want to add something to that because I had another client of mine reach out and ask about home warranty because they were made aware that their pipes weren't covered through their insurance. And they asked about home warranty and if that possibly covers it. So I reached out to one of my local home warranty reps and she said, and this is pretty general across all home warranty companies, she did indicate that unfortunately, if the pipe does bust due to a natural event, i.e. freezing, then in those particular cases, it is not covered under your home warranty either. So unfortunately, that's all going to end up falling on the homeowner's dime when it comes to actually repairing the piping, which is a very interesting note because I was not aware of that either until literally everybody I called Jay today, like just 2 hours before I'm even pulling him on here
Literally,
and
yes.
asking him, and he's telling me this information and I'm like, Jay, you need to jump on and you need to tell everybody this because it's super important for people to know these tips or these things to know. So as a general review of the things that Jay just discussed, tip number 1 is that we are in a state of emergency. And Jay, correct me if I'm saying it incorrectly, but number
Sure.
1 was that we are in a state of emergency. So because of that, don't be fearful of calling and filing a claim because it should not necessarily affect your insurance
Correct.
premium. And then number 2 mistake that I made was make sure to take lots of pictures, lots of videos of the damage before you rip everything down. So I made the mistake. It happened in my attic in the garage, and we ripped everything down, and I had one photo, and that is it. And when the adjuster called me, they were asking me for all of those pictures. They were saying, did you take video? Did you take photo? And I did not, unfortunately. So you definitely want to make sure that you do that. And then the other tip that Jay had given was, when you do that and you do start tearing things down, which is understandable, you can, but you must keep the material so that the adjuster can see the sheetrock, the carpeting, whatever it was that got damaged, so that they can see the actual evidence. And then that last to know was that be prepared that your insurance company is not going to cover the actual pipe replacement, and neither, unfortunately, will your home warranty. So 4 not necessarily great tips, but just things that we need to know in order to be able to get us through these very unprecedented and very weird, very uncomfortable times. So one thing that I have seen, and Jay, I assume you probably feel the same, is that the communities have seriously stepped up. Neighbors coming out of woodworks, just really trying to help everybody out. And I've absolutely loved seeing that. I know I was out there helping neighbors pull out carpet and things. My neighbors were over helping me. So that's been a very comforting thing, right?
Very comforting. I agree with you, Lauren, because with all the, social media, the news, we hear a lot of, it feels like we're almost being bashed, the state of Texas, because of the way maybe things have been handled. And so to see people still come together and, look out for one another, it's great to see. I totally agree. I wanted to add one more thing I wanted to say about, and I forgot to mention it, but something they can do is when before the adjuster goes out there to see the debris and all that good stuff, they can go ahead and fix the plumbing itself. So not to go ahead and fix all the cosmetic stuff that's damaged. They have to wait for the adjuster to see the damage, but they can go ahead and mitigate as far as the leak itself. And that way they can have running water again. So even though they, take the photos, the videos, they call the claim in, before the adjuster goes out there, they can go ahead right away and have a plumber go in there and go ahead and take care of that leak, so that they don't have to wait on the adjuster before the leak. They can take care of that right away. So okay. I forgot to mention that.
And keeping and maybe this falls under the pipe replacement situation, but like, let's say that they have the receipt from the plumber from the repair. Is that something that can fall under that claim, or is something that falls under the pipe replacement?
It's going to fall on it's going to fall on their own dollar, unfortunately, because it involves fixing the actual plumbing itself. Okay. However, I have heard of some plumbers that some of them will eat if it's an insurance job, because they're getting paid well for that job sometimes they'll eat that cost. I've seen them where they'll eat that cost for fixing that plumbing because they're getting paid from the insurance company. Now, if it's outside of insurance, I really don't know, that portion.
Okay. Well, thank you for that clarification and that 5th tip out of our 4. But Jay, I really appreciate you last minute giving us your time, especially because you're dealing with your own stuff and you still don't have water.
It is.
How long has it been since you've taken a shower?
I don't even want to say that. So thank goodness for cologne and deodorant.
And deodorant, right?
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Well, Jay, feel free at this moment, please tell everybody your information, and I'll make sure to put it on the bottom of the screen so that they can all have it and reach out to you if they have absolutely any questions at all. Go
absolutely,
ahead.
Lauren. Yes, my name is Jay Morrow. I'm with Gibraltar Insurance Services, and my cell number, my best way to reach me at, is 713-591-9396, and my email address is jay.morrow@thegibraltargroup.com.
Awesome. And I'll make sure to put that at the bottom of the screen so everybody has it too, and they can reach out to you guys. Jay is great. He answers his phone all the time for me. Literally was texting me as my garage was flooding. I was sending him photos like, oh my gosh. So he definitely is a great source, a resource for you guys. So please reach out to him if you have any questions. And of course, me, as always, you can always call me too. So Jay, thank you very, very much again for your time. And I hope that you guys are able to get your water back quicker than not. And I did just read on social media, which, you know, it's so hard to know what on social media is real and not, that unfortunately tonight we may end up with some power on and off surges again. Have you seen that similar information?
Yeah, I have seen that. So unfortunately, so we're prepared as a family. We've filled the water with the bathtub with water, and so we'll be ready for it if that happens. Hey, real random. I'm really impressed by how Izzy is well behaved.
Yeah.
Like,
isn't it such a, I know, it's like impressive.
This whole time, I'm like waiting for you to, like, you know, say something if it was one of my fur babies, but she's well behaved. I'm very impressed. But anyways, that was just very random. So.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you guys and everybody for tuning into this week's Thursday Talks. And as always, Jay, I always say bye, and I always have Izzy say bye to everybody too, okay?
Bye. Thank you.